Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. I hope everyone had an amazing year. I really am wishing every single one of you the best of luck in 2025. This year in 2024, we had some crazy movement in both GameStop and AMC stock, and I really do believe 2025 is going to be even crazier. And I also believe that Roaring Kitty is going to make a post tonight on X, revealing what is inside the box that he posted on December 25th. But before I do get into this video, make sure to go down and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. This year we have gained over 6,000 apes on this channel. I do appreciate every single one of you that have subscribed. This community for GameStop and AMC stock, it is the best community in the whole world. So today GameStop did close down 2% on the day, 7 million shares traded, so the volume has died down. We did hit a high of $32.44, a low of $31.10, and me personally, I did load into a bunch of calls expiring this week. Extremely risky once again because it's a short week. The stock market is going to be closed tomorrow, but if Roaring Kitty does reveal what is inside the box, and it is something freaking crazy, I believe it is possible that GameStop can get sent past $40. Now, none of this is financial advice. I'm not telling anyone to buy, sell, or hold, but the daily RSI is still above 50. The weekly RSI is chilling at 67, so it is very high, meaning the buying pressure is there for GameStop. At this point, if Roaring Kitty were to do like some sort of portfolio update and it shows that he bought more GameStop, because we don't know how much GameStop he has, but if he does say he bought more GameStop, you could only imagine what is going to happen to the price of the stock. Now, AMC surprisingly did close the day green. In the last couple of minutes, we went from $3.87, which was our bottom today, all the way to $3.98. So we closed the day up by 1 penny. And as you guys see here, the falling wedge that I did draw out in my last video is still intact. We didn't make a lower low today. Our low was the same as yesterday at 387. And in this last hour of trading, you could kind of see that it broke out of this falling wedge. You know, you could see a little bit that it kind of broke out. So it's going to be interesting what happens on Thursday and Friday. I'm loaded into over 100 contracts expiring on January 17th for AMC. And I will add more, especially if GameStop does freaking have a decent move on Thursday and Friday. I'm going to take profit from those weekly calls once again and add in some more AMC calls. But you know, it's still been a pretty crappy year for AMC in general. We did have that 500% move back in May, and people made a lot of money. Overall though, you know, in the past year, AMC is still down over 34%. No news has came out about the dilution that they had back when Roaring Kitty tweeted on December 5th. So we don't even know if they have sold any of those 50 million shares. I really hope they're waiting for some sort of squeeze to happen, and that's when they start selling some shares so they could at least make a good amount of money off it. Because I do believe in AMC as a company. I do believe in 2025 and over the next couple of years, they are going to become profitable once again and eventually pay off their debt. It's just, you know, sus what Adam Aaron did back on December 5th. Like, I get it. He's trying to make money for the company, but I mean, the timing is just weird. That's all I gotta say. I mean, if he really wanted, you know, for AMC to get a lot of equity, he would have let it hit $5.66, and it was extremely close. Extremely close, only 10 cents away. We didn't hit it, came back down to $3.87. But this really does remind me of what happened back in May. How AMC was still trading at $2.90 while GameStop was up over 70% from its low. And when GameStop did squeeze, and only when the squeeze did happen, that's when we saw AMC start to get really explosive as well. So the reason I believe Roaring Kitty is going to make a post tonight for New Year's Eve is because he did the same thing back in December of 2020, before the whole January 2021 GameStop event happened. I did make this post today. I said, hear me out. In December of 2020, Roaring Kitty only tweeted twice during the last week of the year. Once on Christmas Day at 9:01 a.m. and once on New Year's Eve at 8:30 p.m. According to this logic, Roaring Kitty may have a scheduled post for later tonight, possibly to end this year off with a bang. So back on December 25th of 2020, Christmas Day, you know, a month before GameStop went up over 2,000%, Roaring Kitty made this post on December 25th, Christmas Day, at 9:01 a.m. So it's interesting timing that Roaring Kitty decided to post 4 years later at almost the exact same time. And then on New Year's Eve, December 31st of 2020, Roaring Kitty made this post and he just said GME up 4,000%. So what would really be interesting is if we do get a post from Roaring Kitty. It could be anything. It could be revealing what's inside the box. Who freaking knows? Obviously, it's could be a different post. But if he posts tonight at 8:30 p.m., it'll be freaking insane. It really will be insane. And I think it will confirm that a requel is happening. A requel of what happened in 2021 is now going to happen in 2025. A year where a new president is coming into the office. It's interesting because the squeeze happened like about a week after Joe Biden came into office. And then they took off the buy button, making GameStop crash, all this freaking stuff. It's going to be interesting if this happens again while Trump is in office. Except this time they're not going to dilute the stock, and hopefully this time they don't take away the buy button. Then we will really see some price discovery for both GameStop and AMC. Also, everyone knows how Greg is possibly Roaring Kitty's second account. He has been doing this countdown. He keeps posting this post from the sun saying women will be having more sex with robots than men by 2025. And then Treehouse Brewing Co. also posted today, it's now a tradition, a new year and the green machine. So the green machine is a green beer from Treehouse Brewing Co. Now they're adding machine. I don't know if it's freaking correlated to what Greg has been posting, but you know, the tin is never ending. It is never ending. The tinfoil just keeps on freaking coming, and I'm trying to chill out with the tinfoil. It's too much at sometimes, but it just keeps coming. I don't know what else to say. And it really doesn't end there. So this guy said, never forget how fast Greg is at editing. So back on April 7th of 2021, Roaring Kitty posted this at 7:31 a.m. and only 60 seconds later, Greg commented under this post and he said, when Kitty purchases his first GameStop shares. I mean, within a minute, you have to know that, you know, he had this planned out. He had to know Roaring Kitty was about to post. There's no freaking way. It doesn't end there. On December 25th, this Christmas, right at 9 a.m., Roaring Kitty posted this at 9 a.m. And Greg commented under, I bet there is a Roaring Kitty in that box. I mean, that would be crazy. But look at the time. Look at the time of Greg's post. He posted this a couple of seconds after Roaring Kitty posted this. A couple of seconds, not even 1 minute. At the same exact time, as soon as he posted this, it's like he already had it, you know, ready to copy and paste, boom, post. This has to be Keith Gill. I mean, I don't understand how it would be anybody else. How could anyone be on their phone waiting for Roaring Kitty to post for freaking months? And you just gotta look at Greg's profile. You know, joined February 2021, the month after GameStop really squeezed. Roaring Kitty knew he had to make another account, so he made this one. Even the numbers inside Greg's profile is 69,420. It just all adds up. It really does. I don't know about you guys, but I personally really do believe it is going to be a requel of 2021. Everything that happened in 2021 is going to repeat in 2025, and that will really start by Roaring Kitty revealing what is in the box tonight for New Year's Eve, or possibly tomorrow for New Year's Day. But like I said, according to the logic of what Roaring Kitty did back in 2020, he should be making a post tonight on New Year's Eve at around 8:30 or 9:30 p.m. depending on where you live. Hopefully I'm right, guys, because I'll be so freaking jacked at it. It'll be the best New Year's Eve ever. Also, something that Roaring Kitty did back in 2020, on December 31st, he did a GME YOLO year-end update. And he posted his portfolio with a cash value of around $3 million. Tonight, if he does a year-end update and it just shows that he bought more GameStop, I believe we will start off 2025 with a green candle that you can't even imagine. That you really can't even imagine. And it is all a gamble at the end of the day that I freaking placed a bet on. Me personally. I loaded a bunch of money into some weekly calls. Just a straight YOLO. But if it does play out like I think it is going to play out, we're going to start off January 2nd of 2025 with a big green candle. But that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did make it to the end of the video and you haven't subscribed yet, what the heck are you guys doing? Make sure to go down and subscribe. This year was a huge year for both GameStop and AMC. We saw moves that we haven't saw since 2021. So it was just amazing to see Roaring Kitty come back to the internet. We have literally been living in Dumb Money Part 2 over the past 6 months. We were living in a requel here in the second half of 2024, and going into 2025, I really do believe it is only going to get crazier. But I will keep you guys updated on what happens with GameStop and AMC stocks, so make sure to stay tuned on my channel, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. As you all know, I'm buying the dip.
Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, here we go, come on.